Welcome to the Jaden Show. Happy Sunday, beautiful people. I have a wonderful show in store for you today. I'm going to be going over to Barcelona to introduce you to singer, songwriter, pop star, the amazing Gryn. You're going to meet him in a minute. But you know what? I want to bring him in gently because he's absolutely incredible. So let's just go and listen to one of his songs. This is called Fake Love.
I'm not trying to change you, I'm just trying to help you. Cause whatever you do, I know about you. You're so sweet when we kiss, you're so kind most of the time. You blow my mind, hands on mine, you're magical. What makes you so confused, that makes you act this way? So hesitant and cold, that I don't understand. Sometimes you are so warm, feels like love's in the air. But then you don't reply to any of my texts. I'm so not interested in your fake love. Oh boy, it only give me fake hopes. I want you to love me, I want you to be with me. But I'm so not interested in your fake love. I don't wanna chase you, I just wanna get you. Told you what I do, don't wanna wait more. I know you had before, but I'm not here to break you. What you're afraid of, I am your best choice. All this back and forth is making us look dumb. Reality's subjective, I don't wanna live a lie. I wanna fight cause I like to have you around. Though I realize you never smile when we have cha-cha. I'm so not interested in your fake love. Oh boy, it only give me fake hopes. You're so determined not to share more. Oh boy, it's time for me to let go. I wanted you to love me, I wanted you to be with me. But I'm so not interested in your fake love. 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 You had your chance to love me, and now I finally set you free.
Oh, super lovely. Now, I know you are desperate to meet him, but you're going to have to wait because unfortunately, or fortunately, it is time for a very quick Jaden Show commercial break. I do hope you come and visit. It'll be wonderful to see you here in San Cristobal de las Casas, Chiapas, Mexico. But until then, you have something to keep yourself occupied, and that's by watching the Jaden Show and by being introduced today to the amazing Gryn. I want you to put your hands in the air. I want you to wave them like you just don't care. And give it up for this week's Jaden Show very special guest, the amazing Gryn. Gryn, or should I say, to die for Gryn. How are you, lovely man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the Jaden Show from sunny Barcelona. Is it sunny Barcelona?
It's really sunny. It's really, really hot in here. Yeah.
It's really hot in London. I was speaking to my mother, and she hasn't got much hair, and she was putting it all back. And I was like, wow, mum, like, you're looking rock and roll today, sister. Because it's 34 degrees. I'm like, raw. When I speak to Di later, it's going to be a lot hotter.
Gosh, that's a lot.
What are you then? You're not hotter than that?
It's actually 35. It's 35 right now in the house.
Wow, mate.
Yeah,
it's almost Mexico.
I got the fan. I don't know if you can see the wind coming.
Because it's very Beyonce. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I don't have hair at the moment. I shaved mine, so I couldn't have that. I've got a little fan here, but you see nothing moving. That's the only problem.
I used to shave my hair, actually.
Yeah, it's easier. Living here, I just can't be bothered, man.
Yeah.
And it's going grey, and I'm really not embracing my old age. I don't want to see grey shit. So it's coming off.
I actually got a lot of grey hair.
What are you, like 22? How old are you?
21.
21? Okay, so I was aged you, sorry.
I'm 30.
Oh, you? Oh my God, you're really old as well then. That's really cool. 21, I love it. You got great hair.
I'm 95.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm 73, mate. I'm ancient.
Same.
I'm black and white TV age. This is how bad I am.
Well, yeah, I didn't get it, but I've seen what black and white TV, obviously. Yeah.
There's YouTube. There's classic YouTube stuff about what life was like for the old people.
No, but like me and my dad, we used to watch. What is it called? What is it called? The show with the three guys. The three funny guys.
Like the Stooges?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we love them.
Yeah, that was kind of modern. That was modern TV for me.
It is modern, yeah.
Thank you for that. Now I feel really old. Thank you. So that's the end of the show. So, but you're not originally from Spain, are you? You're from Argentina, beautiful country.
I am. Yeah, I'm from beautiful Buenos Aires.
Beautiful. I've been there many times. Kind of that was part.
I absolutely love it.
I just loved sitting in the park of Recoleta and looking around them, having my mate, and just sitting in the park watching capoeira in the middle of the park. It was just like, oh my God, does life get better than this?
Do you like mate?
Yeah, I haven't had it for years, but I had like the copa con bombilla. You know, like the cup that you have with like the metal straw. Is it bombilla? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that here. So I was looking for it the other day because I saw one of the supermarkets sold mate. I thought I'm gonna find my cup, and then I'm gonna buy mate to try it. And now I can't find my cup anywhere. So,
but actually, you could probably just use whatever as a cup.
Really?
As long as you got the straw.
I can't even find the straw.
The bombilla, yeah.
So no. So when you go to Argentina, and if you're going to visit Mexico afterwards, bring me one.
I'll bring you one. Yeah. Perfect.
Because that would be absolute. I'm losing my invisibility cloak. Look, it's great, mate. I can just like if you bore me, I'm just like we out. Like, I don't need to talk to you anymore. I wish it worked in real life as well. That would be super cool. But I could do that in the supermarket. But anyway, so I want to take you back to when you were kind of in your family home watching the Three Stooges. What was going on around you back in the day that you discovered that you were creative and you wanted to sing and dance and do beautiful things with life?
Wow. So in the last year, I've actually been revisiting my past quite a lot, trying to, kind of put the pieces together and see how it all started. I think it's really good to go back to your childhood days and really, um, yeah, really go back to the beginning of it all.
Mhm.
Um, and as a young kid, I always felt as if I was the black sheep of the family, um, misunderstood, and a basket case. I was in trouble,
I still feel like that,
but
mate. So I was the pink sheep of the family. Like no
yeah,
one under. I think my father was just like in despair most of his life. Bless him. Like, really,
mm,
Jaden, really. So I get that.
mm,
I get that. Just not fitting into anything, right?
yeah. And look, I've got a twin brother. We're fraternal twins, so we're not we don't look alike. But there was obviously, there's always been a comparison when growing up, and you know, I love my brother. I've got a sister as well. I love her. But me and my brother, you know, he would be the one fitting in onto all the roles, like standard roles, and I wasn't. And at the same time, I'm gay, so like that's a big role that I was not, fitting in, obviously. Um, and my brother is not, by the way. And so the thing is, I always loved acting, dancing, being creative, and using my imagination and just seeing where my mind could take me. And I would fly really high as a kid. My imagination would just wouldn't have limits. I remember people would always say like, "You need to come back and just keep your feet on the ground." And people never really said no to me of like, you can't do this, you can't try this out. But I think I started believing that. I started believing that, oh, I might be dreaming too high. Like this is getting out of control. Like, who am I to dream this high?
I guess
You
it's the
know?
comparison to the others around you when you already feel like you don't fit in. As a kid, you want to
Yeah.
fit in, really.
Yeah.
Like, but so you're saying that you're
You want to be
you're like
accepted.
way up here and everyone else is down here. You're going to beat yourself up for that as well.
Yeah. And I that's those are the things that made me feel very misunderstood. And I would just always feel like I didn't belong. And just I think I did my own light as a kid.
Did you have many friends or not really?
So I did, but then I would see my brother with his group of friends, and it didn't
Feel the same?
feel like it was the same.
Yeah.
Like also, I always had a lot of people around because of both of us growing up together, and so his friends were always in the house. Um, Look, I think I really think my brother saved me in many ways. I feel like I feel like I would have been bullied if it wasn't for my brother. My brother was like one of them popular,
The cool kids. Right?
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I feel like I wanted to hang out with my dog, and like I feel like I would have gotten so bullied if it wouldn't been for my brother being who he was.
Yeah.
I think nobody would have. Um, they didn't have the guts to like, just come at me.
Because of him. Oh,
Yeah, no, but he
you were
wasn't like,
blessed.
yeah,
I was
like,
the most bullied. I looked like Harry Potter before
oh,
Harry Potter was trendy. So I had that, really bad haircut, big glasses, and I was very academic. But the more academic there was, the more I got beat up.
mm,
So because they called me
uh,
professor, so I was kind of, and I had my friend was my grandmother. That was it, and we used to
oh, I
sit on
love
the
that.
swing in the garden, and she would say, "Sing to me." So I was
I
seeing
love
like
that.
all this, and that was it. Like I didn't have any other friends, and was beaten to shit
Mm, oh,
until I kind of found myself and came into myself. So having a brother would have been, I would
mm.
have loved that at the time, a big brother or a same brother.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. Once you're saying something like that, when people ask, questions like, "Oh, how did it feel growing up with a brother?" And I'm like, how am I supposed to tell you how it felt? Like this, it just felt like my
My
life.
brother. Yeah, exactly.
Like there's no way that I can explain how it felt. It's just, of course, I can say these things I'm saying right now, but at the same time, how how do you explain what your life was like? What's it the comparison point?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's just my
it's a
life.
funny question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
It's like
but
when we were
yeah.
talking
So
earlier about creatives, and you want to like, oh my god, you not, you want to shake people and say, oh my god, you know what, want to see what's out there, what you can do, but actually, like, it's that whole ignorance is bliss thing that some people are like, well,
yeah,
it's not my life,
yeah, exactly.
you know.
And it's all about accepting that and just saying, Britney Spears, it's got this verse that says, um, "There's only two types of people in the world: the one that entertains and the one that observes." That's a good line.
Very true. I live in the mountains on Mexico on my own. So her line, "My loneliness is killing me," and I. So I feel that line sometimes. I have to be honest. Brittany, wherever you are, I hope you're okay, darling. So,
Love you. Yeah,
but yeah, no, perfect, absolutely. Entertainers and observers,
yeah.
absolutely.
But at the same time, I feel like we're not only one. Like we are switching. It's just I feel like it's all about balance. And the thing is, how much are you just being an observer, and then how much are you? And then when I think of this line, I think of being a creative.
Mhm.
I think it's so important to embrace your. We're all creatives in many, many,
Absolutely,
many different ways.
absolutely.
There's no one way of creating or embracing the creativity that can come along. Um, but I think it's about not just only being a creative, but also taking in and let yourself be, you know, marvel even by like other creations.
I think it's yeah, it literally is about just kind of almost, how to explain it, like if you were on a lilo in the river Ganges,
Mm,
and just allowing creativity not only to take you to the places it wants you to go, but to lay back and
mm,
see. Every word we speak is creating everything,
yeah.
because everything is energetic, right? Everything is
Hmm.
vibrational. So even, you know, we are all, even the most boring person, happy in their really mundane and boring life to us, is still
Yeah.
creating of some sort.
Yeah.
Just that we
Yeah.
just all of a
I think
sudden
it's
say,
about, yeah. And I think it's about the perception because it's not about what you're doing, really. It's about how you feel that thing you're doing.
so when you were younger, and you're with your brother and his mates, what was he
Mm.
like? Was he like, I'm gonna go and play football, and okay, you do that, I'm gonna dance to Brittany on MTV, like, like, how was it kind of rolling? Was it similar to
Dude,
that?
actually, you literally, I had her records, and yeah, like I will, yeah. I think the first one I got from Britney, it wasn't the beginnings, but I had the beginning ones. But the one that I got for myself was the circus one
Oh,
when I was
that's old
in
school, mate.
2000. Yeah, it's
That's not
also I
even
know
classic. That's like almost was
it's not
old school, but
classic.
it's modern as well. Like, I didn't
Yes,
even
I
get to that.
know. Yeah, but that's the first one that I got for myself. I think I was like 12 years old. And yeah, that is the time when I was 11, 12, and 13. I'll tell you a story about it now. That I started, I think that was my peak, and then the downhill came along, like right after that. Because when I was 11 and 12, I was believing so much in myself and all the possibilities, really. And yeah, I would dream that I could be and become a person that could actually be an artist. And so a year ago, I was going on my computer, just like looking up for. I don't even remember what I was trying to look up for. Um, and all of a sudden, I found this blog that I had when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was still there in this blog, which is now being private. Um, I found all these posts that I did. I was writing in a mix of English and Spanish. I didn't even know English that well at the time, so my English was quite broken. Um, but I was writing things like, I'm gonna be a really famous artist and a star. I'm gonna live in different countries. I'm writing my own music and I'm gonna release my first CD. And I wanna be an actor and a singer and a dancer and 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 a model. And I don't even when I read all of this. This was last October. I found this all of a sudden, and I was just like, what? So I didn't even remember that I liked, nor that I was actually writing songs. I did remember having a blog. Um, I did remember writing on the blog about certain things, but I didn't remember that I actually liked singing and
Right.
dancing. And then I would go on the description of the blog on my profile. I would say like, I'm gonna become a great singer and a dancer and an actor and all these things. And like, I was like, I can't believe I was actually starting to manifest something when I was 11 years old. That's
So
crazy.
what happened? I mean, did it all just stop? Did life get in the way? Did you just lose your way for a little bit? What happened?
I think I did my life like big time. I really feel like all of these other things I was saying earlier just really brought me down because it wasn't really life
It was dream.
or people. It was myself. I put myself down. I
Right.
stopped believing that I could do what I thought I could do or be and become. I was like, but I'm not a lucky one. That was my belief. I think when I was like maybe 13, I started believing that, oh, but like, I'm just this kid who's like, yeah, I don't know how to sing or how to dance, so I can't sing and dance. That's
So that's
I
dream
was start,
broken there then.
yeah, and I just put it under, like, not even on the shelf. I think I just put it under the rug.
So
You
what
know.
did you do then? So I mean, because a lot of people are like, well, I was singing with my hairbrush in front of the mirror at 6, and then I joined the school choir, and then I went to local
Mm,
competitions. So I mean, and I love this story because this is kind of a little bit like my story. To be fair, like it was
mm,
always the introverted extrovert, really wanted to do it, but didn't know. I was just a complete nobody and a geek,
mm.
so it was never possible. So, what did you do? Like before you came back to that kind of self discovery, did you go and get a normal job? Was it just having a regular childhood? Like, what was it for you?
Well, I think, and I'm also going to mention the gayness. You know, that's when I was 13 years old. I always knew I was gay. I never had to question that at all. And I came out, to my family when I was 17 years old. Um, but I think it's also part of, somehow, I think I thought that, I, the arts were for gays, so I didn't want to be perceived as a gay
Stereotypical kind of
femboy.
thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. As a kid, I was like, oh no, but like, if I do theater and I sing like that, they're gonna know that I'm gay. I loved High School Musical. When I was a kid, that's what I grew up with, and I was like, oh, like, that's what I want to do. I want to sing, dance, and like perform. But then I completely shut it all down, and I was able to just kind of like leave. I think I tried somehow to like um, fit in, you know, trying to fit the role, and
So what did
hopefully,
you do to fit in? What did you do? Did you go and become like a
yeah,
albanil, like a bricklayer? I mean, like
no,
how did you try and fit in? I'm curious.
maybe just by, I think my way of trying to fit in the role was to not pursue anything in relation to the
Creative,
arts.
right? Okay,
Yeah, and uh, I mean, at the same time, I that didn't stop me from being able to come out as a gay guy when I was 17 years old, and my family accepted it. I mean, it wasn't that easy, but they did. And yeah, then I started culinary school. So I wanted to become a pastry chef and a chef. So I started. My uncle had an amazing restaurant in Buenos Aires at the time. It was a French restaurant, and so when I was 16 years old, I was going to his restaurant every to work as a baker every morning during
okay.
summertime. Um, and then when I finished high school, I tried to go to university. It didn't work for me. And then I tried to I enrolled in business school, and like I did like a whole year, but like it was just not for me. Um, I also did coding, like full stack, back end and front end coding for like another whole year. Um, I worked in like a software and hardware company, um, you know,
Sounds like my
just in
life.
admin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a bunch of things, and I also, in the midst of all of this, I was able to save money, and like I traveled a lot, and I'm so happy that I got to go to so many amazing, beautiful countries and experience so many different cultures by myself.
Hmm.
Um, I'm so happy that I allow myself to do that, to explore the world really, like with a backpack. I really did that. Like I'm I went to Asia a couple times as a solo backpacker. And then one time, I think it was 8 or 9 years ago, um, I was in Argentina, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a one-way ticket to go to Europe. I don't know where I'm gonna go. But then I said, I wanna go to India, no matter what. So, I don't know if everybody needs a visa to go to India. I think we
I
all
do.
do.
I've been there.
Maybe,
Yeah, I needed a visa, so
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
common. Yeah.
probably everyone. Yeah. And so I got my visa to go to India. I did not know anything of like what I was going to do, when or where, whatever, but something was calling me to get to India. But I was like, but first I'm going to Europe. And so this was in 2017. I arrived in Barcelona actually, um, on January 1st. And I just had one way ticket. I had money saved, and well, actually, funny thing, I met a guy a couple months before that, and I knew that he was gonna be in Southeast Asia a couple months later. So I was like, no matter what I do in the next few months, I know this day I'm going to Bangkok.
Yeah.
I was, yeah, sort of chasing, love, and yeah, I travel. I did like an amazing couple months of like traveling around like 15 countries in Europe,
Oh,
doing couch
amazing.
surfing. Yeah, I might have owned. I think I only paid like for like three hostels, or like, like accommodation in 4 months, something like that. Um, and yeah, and then I went to Thailand, and I met him again, and then we traveled together around other countries, and then we were together for 7 years.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, then we moved together to Denmark, where we lived together for almost 7 years. Yeah, yeah,
And now you
and
and was you the type of person that was like, if there was a karaoke bar, you're straight to that karaoke bar? I mean, or did you
no,
completely just dissolve all creativity and just immerse yourself in experiences of life?
yeah, I think I've been the observer in what Brittany has described. Yeah,
But that worked
Yeah,
nicely
I
for you
just
as well, right?
yeah, but at the same time, I wasn't satisfied. I
Right.
really knew that I just wasn't living my life. Like I
Right.
wasn't living to my truest potential.
So what changed?
Um,
Like you've obviously, I'm guessing the relationship finished, and then you moved to Spain. And how did you get into becoming
yeah, a
like an
lot of things
artist?
happened actually.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was actually almost 3 years ago that the relationship came to an end. Um, it was already fading, and before it completely faded away, I was already thinking. At the time, I had stable job and a stable income, and a stable relationship, and we live in a really nice apartment in Copenhagen, and
Somebody's
which
dream.
I love. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But I knew, by the way, I love him. We have such a great relationship. We're such good friends. I love Copenhagen. Like, yeah, no remorse on absolutely anything.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, it's just someone's dream, I guess. But like maybe it was mine sometime. I don't know. But I knew I had all these things, figure out. But I was like, but I'm not happy.
Mhm.
And then I remember, then I started doing singing lessons. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do singing lessons. Like I don't know how to do anything. I had never taken a singing lesson in my life.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever. Like, and then I was like, our relationship, like me and he was my ex was we were still living together for like a couple months, and he would listen to me, like singing, like in the living room. Um, and I was, yeah, just it was like really, it was terrible. And then I remember a year after that I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like a year had passed, and I remember I did not have a job, nor a stable income, nor a stable apartment situation at the time, and nor a relationship. And I was really happy.
Sweet.
Yeah. And I was like, I think I'm onto something.
Okay.
And I think slowly started feeling as if like, when you're like, scared because you're like, swimming in the middle of the ocean and you can't see land. But the more I allow myself to adventure myself onto the unknown, I think the more I was
Freer.
actually, yeah, free, but also in a way, funny way, maybe also feeling more at peace with not really knowing, but also trusting that things are working
You're gonna
out and
be
that I
okay.
don't have to be in control, you know.
It's really interesting you said that. Like I've always been a little bit on the autistic spectrum, so I have I
Mhm,
do have anxieties. So I used to spend most of my life looking after myself and creating routines and things that would always diminish anxiety rather than
mhm,
exacerbate anxiety. And when I
mhm,
moved to Mexico, I was completely out of my comfort zone on more levels than I've ever been in my existence. I couldn't control anything, couldn't even speak the
mhm.
language, let alone
Yeah.
anything else. And then and it was terrible. It wasn't an easy transition. However, when I went back to England and about 6-7 months later, whatever it was, and I realized that everything that I had done in order to make me comfortable were the
Mhm,
very things that were trapping me in my anxiety.
yeah.
When I lost everything, and I lost everything, my family, I couldn't say, oh, I used to go here with my nan when I was 6, and my dad took me here fishing. I'm now in the middle of Cuernavaca, and I've never been there in my life, and now that was nothing. I didn't understand
Yeah.
one word that was being spoken. I couldn't read any ingredients on a packet of beans in the supermarket. Like I couldn't drive on my side of the road or on my side
Oh
of the car.
gosh.
So it was kind of like I lost everything, my culture, my climate, my everything.
Yeah.
And it was only then that I realised that everything I'd done for the first 42 years of my life to make me exist in a low anxiety level were the actually things that were trapping me in that anxiety. When I lost everything and was floating in the middle of the sea, for the first 8 months, I was treading water. But when I was like, oh my God, I'm just exhausted, and I learned to float, everything
and
changed.
flow.
Everything
You
float
float
and
and you
flow.
flow.
Absolutely, everything
Right.
changed. Everything changed.
That's exactly. I really feel like if it scares you, go for it.
Yeah, but I'm not doing a
Like,
bungee jump. Just so you know.
yeah, not
Still don't
that.
appreciate
Not
heights.
that.
I can get on a plane, but I'm
Yeah,
not jumping off of a bloody. But no, but yeah,
I've never done
completely.
it either.
No, I
Yeah,
couldn't.
I feel like it's, there's a reason why, we were mentioning this before we go on recording, that I think it's, if it's in your radar, it's there for a reason, and it's probably there for you to grow.
Completely, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
But so you've lost everything. You've lost your
Yeah,
stability in all areas of your
yeah.
life. What was the defining factor, apart from the singing lessons, that kind of made you think, I'm going to be
Mm.
I'm going to be Brittany's rival?
I think came a time that I was I I was unemployed, receiving, like unemployment fund at the time. So I wasn't really worried for a little bit, like, of like, okay, what I'm gonna do. But I knew I had time, and when you have, then I did have like a short period where I was like, just like I can do whatever. But then that gets boring,
Mm.
after like a couple of, maybe even like for some people, like a couple of days, you're like,
Yeah,
what am I supposed to do with my life? Like, what am I doing? Who am I? And then it came a time where I think I started giving less fucks. Honestly,
great thing to do. Yeah,
yeah. Can we swear?
if you fucking want to, but you don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, and like I think I started slowly getting back onto embracing this, or maybe like lighting up this light. I feel like I found the key to a treasure that I had hidden myself,
Right.
long ago.
Well, it's
I
almost like
found the key.
rediscovering your blog, right? This
Yeah,
seems to be a theme going through your life now. Rediscovering something that, obviously was meant
because
to
if
happen.
you, exactly, and I feel like around that time when we're 11, 12 years old, it really is like a time where we are just living out of our truest expression.
Absolutely, our most innocent, unaffected self. Yeah, completely.
Yeah. And if you go back to that, there's a lot of amazing data that you can grab and just bring back to this current reality. Um, yeah. And so I started writing songs, one day I was already doing my singing lessons, and which were terrible, but I was doing them anyway, weekly. And I had not stopped. Um, I still have my weekly, lessons. I changed with coaches and stuff, but like I do my weekly lessons for every week for 3 years. Um, and then at one point I said, so I went to the movies. I went to the movies.
I'm not going to judge
November
what you're about to say,
2023.
just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause- yeah,
I'm gonna say something funny because I'm
tell
already
me.
laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I went to the movies. A friend of my ex, actually. He was like, "Should we go watch the Renaissance Tour movie?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, who wouldn't want to have gone to the Beyonce Renaissance Tour? I didn't have a chance at the moment, but I was like, I can watch it on the screen.
Mhm.
We went there, and I remember I was sitting, and I was just mesmerized. by the whole experience.
Mhm.
And I was there just like looking at the screen. People were like jumping on the seats at the movie theater. And I was like, I want to be that. Like, no, nothing less than Beyonce, you know.
Big expectations, but
Um,
doable.
yeah,
Yeah.
if she did it, you know,
It's not the only
like,
human that can do it. Absolutely.
yeah. And I was like, that's what I want to do. So, a couple months later, I enroll on a dancing school. I had never danced in my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was 28 years old and I had never danced. So the thing is,
You're so going to
I
be
did
thrown out of
not.
gay club. You know this, right?
Yeah,
You have to give back that
no,
toaster oven. You've lost your membership now, man.
but like I dance. I never took dance classes.
Oh,
You
oh,
know.
oh. Okay. Okay. I thought you meant like you've
Yeah,
never danced.
no, like, but yeah, but like not in like the proper musical way.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I get that.
You know. So I started doing first. I did this hip hop and whacking beginner classes. I was like, I couldn't follow anything. But I had that experience, and it was great. And we did like a small show. And when I got off the stage, I was like, "This is what is this? What am I feeling? Like I just feel like this ecstasy in my body, and I'm completely sober. Like, what does this mean?" I was just in love with that feeling and sensation, and then I was like, I want to continue learning, and so I enrolled into another educational program in Copenhagen. That it was a full year of training for commercial dance,
Mhm.
style, which involves a lot of different styles. There's mostly hip hop, but then there's house, popping, locking, jazz, contemporary,
Wow.
um,
Okay.
yeah, ballet, and yeah, a lot of things. And then we also have strength training every single morning mixed with Pilates. And so I went from dancing 1 hour a week for 3 months in my life for the first time to 20 hours weekly with people that have been dancing
Since
forever.
they were a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I didn't know that I didn't know what the level was like. But so for the first few months, I would go to class and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I was like, I'm just wasting my money. I'm like, I don't understand anything. I cannot follow. Like, the, I didn't know about not only the how to dance, but I didn't know how to get onto rhythm or music or how to follow steps of
Wow.
like
Okay.
counting. I didn't know that there were like bars in music. I didn't know anything.
Anything. Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was 29 years old. This was just 2 years ago. And so, yeah, for the first few months, I would just go home and
Wow.
cry.
Yeah. I know that feeling so
And,
well, mate.
you know,
So well.
yeah. And then I would continue writing my songs and doing my vocal lessons. And part of me, even though I could not sing or dance or follow anything, I had a vision. Like, and the vision was very clear. And and I was like, yeah, but this is what will happen. This is what I'm going to do and be and become. And people were like, yeah, sure. And yeah, then I continued dancing like for the whole year. And then at one point, I stopped thinking about it and I was feeling it. I
Wow.
was really dancing,
Big
I was
difference.
like, oh, gosh, yeah. And that's when I realized I can do whatever.
Hmm.
You know, like I can actually just, there are no limitations. like everything is possible, really. And then then I met someone. Let me put on my lip thing. I met someone. I thought things were going well in a certain direction, and clearly they were not.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and that really hurt me when he was like, yeah, well, like he didn't even communicate things. And I got really hurt. Um, and I got really sad at the time about this rejection, and this um um this very raw maybe interaction that I had to this very um raw meeting that I would have with myself,
Hmm.
and wondering, who am I? What am I doing? And I think I was in a really low point where I was just like um questioning everything,
Yeah.
or like all my decisions. And slowly I go into, but this vision of what I had never left me.
Right.
And I will always just continue writing in my journal. Even though I will be heard, I will be writing like all these things about like my music career. And I was like, yeah, but like I'm gonna be collaborating with artists, and I'm gonna be like doing this and like releasing music, and like all these things I will be writing down. Um, the day that this guy left my house after like having a chat, um, I that night I was crying, and in the midst of my sorrow, I grabbed my phone and started recording "Fake Love," which became my first song. And yeah,
Wow.
I've written over 200 songs. I write so many songs all the time, probably even more because some of them are not like finished pieces, but
Yeah. Just ideas and
maybe like, yeah, but like finished pieces, I might have already like 200 songs. That it's not about like doing it and like doing something with it. Sometimes it's just about like channeling and putting it down, and that is it. Then you
yeah.
leave it. That's what I
It's
feel, at least.
therapy as well, right?
Yeah, because I'm not just writing like, maybe, yeah, at times I will be like, you know, the green from the leaf is like shining across from like wherever, I don't know, but
Yeah.
like what I'll be writing about is how I feel.
Yeah.
And I I'm so all about connection, and connection I think starts with ourselves.
Yep. Completely. Completely.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, we were talking about the light earlier. That you're not going to see a candlelight in a fully sunny day, but you'll see it in a darkened cave. And it's the same with sometimes it takes us to be into a pretty shit situation before we can reconnect to that which made us who we are, and we lose it. We're all human, having this really fucked up experience a lot of the time. Unfortunately, our heart and our mind plays a big part of that fucked upness. I was
Mm.
speaking to, I had food poisoning a couple of days ago, and I said, Mum, I've realised that everything that goes wrong in my life are because of two things: what I put in my mouth and what I put in my head. If
Yes.
everything was pure that I put in my head and everything I ate was pure, I would have no worries at all. But the joys of being,
So that's really interesting you're saying that. I feel like slowly, since I since that moment where I felt like I was in the deep shit, slowly I got to start feed myself and nurture myself with just so much goodness.
Mhm.
Like, and I completely switched, the narrative from oh, life is like, yeah, this is just happening. Like, oh, what can I do? Like, just stop being the victim to to take action and take the lead and and flow, flow with life, but flow with control in a way as well. Just because, just like, oh, okay, whatever happens, like, we'll
You have,
do
yeah,
something about it.
yeah, you have to instigate some things to happen if you want things
Yeah,
to happen. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, exactly.
But there's that old
Like,
saying as well, that's what's meant for you will not pass by you. So I think, it's not about being a lazy bastard and doing nothing with your life
mm,
and expecting everything. But like you said, to be in that, to stop fighting against the tide, to
mm,
stop like trying to go in the opposite direction and to lay back and just flow. Sometimes that is where you find them. It's quite interesting. I went to India. I love India and would move to India tomorrow if I didn't have so many
mm,
animals and up in the mountains. And I remember I went to India for my 41st birthday with a friend of mine from work.
mm,
And she done everything. I wanted to do yoga class. I wanted to do satsangs in this temple. I wanted to do everything.
mm.
And all she wanted to do was white water rafting, like the kayaks. I didn't want to do that, but I thought she's done everything I wanted to do. I've got to do it, right?
Yeah.
So we're going through this down in the foothills of the Himalayas. And we're in
Mm.
this
Wow.
kayak and it's crazy. And the guy said, okay, the next one is going to be called the roller coaster. And I'm like, I don't like the sound of that shit already. I'm not happy with this.
Go.
Okay, here we go. Brace yourselves. So I braced myself and I went straight out the boat into the Ganges and floated. And we had to go through the rapids in order to save me at the end of it. So
Oh my
I'm in
God.
the Ganges where, it's not the healthiest river. There are probably anacondas and crocodiles and everything. And I was like, so my first thing is to scream like a girl and panic. That's my number one. That's my go-to, right? So, but I thought, no, Jaden, I'm not going to do that. And do you know what? I held onto my life jacket and I just laid back and I saw like
Mm.
eagles coming out of the mountains, and it was the most amazing, surrealist
Mm.
experience I've ever had in my life. My mate, who was
Wow.
a bit butcher than me at the time, she was really cool. She stayed in that boat, and when we got to a place that was really quite tranquil, she jumped into the water to help me get out. I was cool by this point. The next day, she was really ill with like botulism, like food poisoning, like whatever it
Oh
was.
my
She was
God.
so. I was fine. I was at a yoga class at 6 the next morning. Like, I just really allowed myself to flow
That's one story.
and find the beauty in that whole, which could have been potentially quite a shitty situation, but
Yeah.
it was just about, like you said, just being in that flow was just magical. It brought
Yeah.
me so much more, man. And I think
Yeah. And it's
that's
that I feel like that's like the key about everything is just like be, but also let it be.
absolutely. But by letting it be your being,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and
Because well, you can't separate them really. Like you are it. You are where you are. But you can't control everything. We can't be controlling because things are not gonna work. There are so many little things that happen. It's not just us in the world. Like we're surrounded by so much, like just so much of everything, and that's how it should be.
yeah, no,
It's just
absolutely.
about like embracing change.
But you find when you let go of all that clutters, that is
Mm,
when you become the closest to who you are meant to be, like your
yeah.
the destiny of you again. I think I'm Piscean, so I live in my head all the time, and I fill my
Mm,
head with shit constantly. And sometimes my phrase of the last year and a half has been, if it's out of my hands, it has to be out of my head. Like
I love that.
I can be present in the moment and I can react to things in that moment, but I cannot be controlling of things that are yet not in
Mm.
existence to me in my life. So there's no point in me
And why
worrying
should
about
you?
this or that. But we do. We were, shit, am I going to have
Yeah.
enough money for the next month's rent? Shit, am I going to have a car to be able to go to, shit, am I going to see my mum before she passes? We all do that, and I still do it.
Yeah.
But whereas I would linger on that, and that would actually base my vibration level. That would like take me way low. Now I'm just like, I just have to trust that everything is going to turn out in my best interest, and that, you know, I'm going to be the person that I'm meant to be. And I done Britain's Got Talent many years ago, right? And I didn't audition for it. They scouted me. I went straight to the finals, and they were really shit. They treated me like shit. And when I was on stage, one of them shouted at me and said, you know, you can sing, Jaden, but you're never going to be successful. You're never going to do anything. And I said, do you know what? I said, but it's what you define as success. Like, I'm traveling all over the world, singing for the most amazing charities, meeting the most beautiful people, and raising money for causes that I'm so passionate about. I might not have a Beverly Hills mansion with a balcony and a swimming pool, but I'm still achieving. I'm not stuck in a job that I hate, crying every Friday because my life is going nowhere. So it's your definition of success. Yeah. Now I live in a house in the mountains with a balcony and soon to have a very basic swimming pool. But, you know, it's about our perceptions of everything that is.
Yeah, 100%.
That's really, and I think if something is meant for you, I think if you stay in that essence of self, like if you stay committed to self, it might not happen the way you want. You might not be duetting with Brittany at the, you know, some award ceremony at the, you know, not Golden Globes, like the Oscars or something in 5 years' time. But you know what?
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will. Absolutely. And why wouldn't it happen? You know, as long as you don't end up at a Diddy party, that's the only thing you've got to worry about. But
No.
you know, but you might be singing in a restaurant in southern Spain, and all of a sudden there's a woman there whose best mate is Britney Spears, and she's coming out next Tuesday, and they want to meet up with you. I've got to tell you a quick story. I know it's about you, so tell me to shut up, right? Because I'm older, I was the biggest Olivia Newton-John fan. Like, she was, I didn't know whether I wanted to marry or be her. Like, I was just so in love with her. And then I lost track of that for many years because, you know, I'm now a pop star and I'm doing my thing and blah, blah, blah. And then an ex of mine brought me a unofficial autobiography. And my father had died very young on one of my birthdays, and I was very low. That was always my go-to for depression. I've lost my dad and he died on my birthday, and this is my life is shit. And my dad was beautiful, so it was a good excuse, right, to be depressed. And I read Olivia Newton-John's unofficial autobiography, and I thought, shit, this was a woman that was just one of the most beautiful women on the planet, super talented, super lucky, and actually she's had shit, like so much shit. And then with breast cancer, so I thought, you know what? I've not sung for a long time. I'm going to find people that can't sing, that want to sing. I'm going to teach them an hour's worth of Olivia Newton-John songs, and we're going to tour it to raise money for her breast cancer campaign. And we did that.
Oh, wow.
And then because I was doing that, all of a sudden I'm being called to see Olivia Newton-John. Hadn't been in England for something like 20 years, maybe more. All of a sudden she's coming to England. So I thought, so someone that knew I was doing this tour said, oh, you should come and watch her at this thing. So I was like, oh, I'll go and watch her. Then all of a sudden, I'm in a room and Olivia's sitting opposite me and we're chatting. All of a sudden, she's sending me messages on my phone. How's your singing coming on? We are going to do that duet. And I'm thinking, fuck, like, this was like when I got to meet her for the first time, I'm like, oh my God, that's like, I couldn't even look at her. I'm like, that's Sandy from Greece. That's Olivia Newton-John. Like, I know I was an established artist anyway, and I'm like, rah, mate.
Starstruck.
And then all of a sudden, I'm getting a message from her saying, what's going on with your singing, Jaden? I'm like, I used to call her her surname was Easterling, her married surname. So I say, listen, Mrs. E, like, I'm doing what I can, love. You know, like, we are going to do that duet, so I'm working on it. You know, so why would you not be having a chat, apart from, you know, the conservatorship or whatever, but why would you not be having a chat with Brittany in 2 years? I was SMSing Olivia Newton-John. She was my goddess, my muse. So why would you not? Why would you not be singing or chatting to Brittany in a cafe in the south of Spain in a year's time?
Like, honestly, everything is possible.
Yeah.
Like, the more I continue doing things, I feel like I kind of get this feeling. Maybe as what you just said, like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. But at the same time, you are living your life, you know, as days passed by. You didn't just walk up like one day and you'd be like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Mm.
Like, am I receiving this message? Like, what's all this about? Remember this film, 13 Going 30?
Yes.
She wakes up one day and she's 30 and she's like, everything's like working in her favor and like she's gorgeous and like all these things. But she doesn't remember how things
Got to
happen.
that point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And like, that's the sad part about the film. And so it's all really about like being present, being in the moment,
Completely.
and believing in I actually had this today and I sent it to my best friend. um I think it's a wonderful way to see life is to think and see ourselves as astronauts, as if we are getting onto a spaceship. Because when an astronaut is getting onto a spaceship, they hope to actually go and find something exciting and thrilling around, out there. But they're not certain that they will. They just
Do it.
train enough and they do it and they believe there must be something, you
Yeah.
know. And oftentimes they actually do find quite exciting things. Maybe it's not what they thought about or what we think they might find or whatever, but I'm sure they're finding extremely crazy things, So it really is about like having that mentality of like, well, I'm just getting onto the spaceship with my, astronaut suit, and like I'm just going for life.
Yeah. What is going to happen today? What is going to happen today? That's how I think. I don't think, oh shit. Sometimes if I'm in a bit of a low point, I think, oh my God, I have to do another day. Like, oh, I really don't want to.
Mm,
But mostly, and we all have times like that. But mostly I'm thinking anything could happen today. Anything.
honestly,
So I
I
try to
have,
live like that.
yeah, and like I say to myself that wonderful things are happening to me. I said that to myself. I have all these mantras that I say to
Yeah.
myself, and I looked at myself in the mirror and I meditate. I meditate since that moment that I had, my low period of time where I just felt like real shit. I knew that there was just so much that wasn't gonna come. Nothing and no one was actually gonna come and save me.
Yeah.
And so I had to go in.
And
I
save
had to
yourself.
save myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm pleased you did, because you wouldn't be grinning it now, quite frankly, if you hadn't.
You wouldn't be dying for it.
See, you might have died, but in the darkest sense of the term, if you hadn't saved yourself.
I know that we're always dying, it's like we're just constantly dying and rebirthing. And that's actually where my name diegryn comes from.
Tell me.
I see green as a color of life, nature, which is
Yeah.
like purest form of life. And we're always, and this comes from my real name, but my name now is diegryn, and I know the color green is with two E. Um, but just wanted to add some spark to it. So I changed it to a Y, because why not?
Why not? And why die? Because we are dying to
Um,
ourselves and rebirthing.
yeah,
Because it's a circle
because
of
you
life.
die, and after death comes life, always and constantly.
Mhm.
And I feel like that represents my life, my journey, my understanding, and my the way I got to actually come through, you know, in all of this journey of discovery where I'm at now, of allowing myself to be and become the best version of myself.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I feel like this just really feels like a good constant reminder that we will always continue forevermore, dying and rebirthing.
Absolutely.
And we should embrace that, because change really is the only constant, and we can only be, we tend to live our lives defined by our own identities, but that's just, we've been talking about this, like, now, like, we don't have to be identified by them. We can be,
Bigger than
you don't
that.
have to be that person who lives in the UK. Maybe now you can be like a complete stranger in Mexico and like build something new, because why not?
Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. Perfect name choice. So I want to ask you, so you've done, you've rediscovered yourself, what you believe, is your life path, and you're doing it beautifully. What is happening for Diegryn at the moment?
So I'm so excited about everything that's happening, because I did not create this song for, you know, and in thinking what it could bring or how people will react to it. It really felt like something, like just a story that I wanted to share. And I even remember I was at the studio, we were about to start recording, and I said to my producer, I said, isn't this quite controversial? And then he said, yes, and that's why you should do it.
Sweet.
And I'm glad he said that, because
And this is
I was
Fake
gonna
Love?
this is Vroom Vroom.
Vroom, vroom. Right. Yeah.
Because I know there's a lot of probably men who would not like, you know, gay men saying something like, or like, kidding about things like, oh, but like, you're such a macho man, like, I can mansplain, and all the things I'm saying in my song. Obviously, I'm making fun of them.
Mhm.
So, yeah. But I feel like the way I see my music is, this is a party, and this is a party for everybody. I'm not intending to have everybody at my party, because I know I'm gonna attract and align with the right people.
Right.
I know that whoever resonates with it can come and join the party,
Enjoy
and we
it.
can all dance together.
Yeah. Perfect.
But I know that I'm not gonna go and try to bring people in order to please them.
No, it's open to everyone, but only people that are on the vibe will get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if you see it, you might resonate with it. You can just join us. I used to go to this club that, it's kind of like this kind of like dark Berlin clubs that, they will like say no to your face at the entrance just by looking at you. But like, it's this kind of clubs like you had to like look like shit to go in.
But say yes to me then. That would be great. I could get into that.
It's like, if you look fancy, you're not getting in.
Right.
And you might see things at the club that, like, a lot of people could not take it. And that's why they would reject those kind of people. Of course, they're like prejudging a lot. But I think it's also like trying to keep, a safe space for the people who are inside the club.
Right, yeah.
One time I remember I was talking about this with my brother, and he said, oh, but that's kind of like, it's kind of racist. Like, why can't I come in? And I'm like, because you're not used to seeing certain types of people like acting and, behaving a certain way, and being so free, really, that you might just be staring at them. And that's not nice for them. If you learn to just be and embrace the queerness, you're probably gonna be able to get in. But it's not about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the same about how I see my music. Yeah. So
it's not for, it's open to everyone, but it's not for everyone.
Exactly.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So
Yeah.
what is going on for you now at the moment? So you're releasing your new stuff. Tell me.
Yeah, so today I actually released my oh, I don't know when this is today, when we are releasing this, but on the day that we are recording this, I just released the first remix for Vroom Vroom, and I've got a lot of uh releases planned for to continue extending the Vroom Vroom universe. I've got a couple of remixes that are coming out, and I'm so excited
Brilliant.
because they're all like, changing like the whole dynamic of the song and like expanding it onto like different genres. I just released a UK garage remix, and I love it. I'm soon gonna be releasing a techno melodic remix, and then this other one that is more French disco style.
Wow,
Um,
sweet. How cool.
yeah, I'm so excited. And then some of the others said this is in we're talking about it, but someone offered to do a drum and bass, liquid drum and bass, and I'm
Nice,
like,
mate.
yes,
Yeah.
I
Give me
love drum
garage
and
and drum and
bass.
bass. I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it.
Last
Sweet.
year I was at Boomtown Festival in England. You know about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Singing
And
or
it's
as a
just
spectator.
as a spectator, yeah.
Amazing,
Just
man.
like I was there for 7 days at
Wow.
Boomtown. Like what a world! I absolutely loved it. Yeah, and so I've got all these planned for Vroom Vroom. I've got remixes, as I said. We're now working on an acoustic version that it's so sweet. It's just so beautiful because we are reimagining the song in such a complete different way
Wow. Okay.
that it's been so much fun to to be doing that. The process of like being there and like striping it down onto like complete different melodies, parts, and just having fun with it. And I've been working on the song, and then it got released, and obviously I've probably heard it the most
Yeah.
than anyone else. So like, there's a moment when you hear the song so much that you're like, oh, but what if like I do this,
Yeah.
like whatever, on the song, and then yeah, um, so that's all happening, and then I think what I'm most excited about it's a special. I'm just gonna say it because I think by the time that this comes out, it'll be already almost. Um, but so there's a special feature that's gonna be coming out as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's all I'm
Where
gonna
can people
say. But
find
like,
this? Where is it going to be?
everything is on my Instagram and all my social media and
Fantastic.
my Spotify or whatever platform people use. Everything is on all the platforms, or you can go to diegryn.com and then you can type in all the little logos for my social media and like all the streaming platforms and my albums. Everything is there, my singles. Um, so that's for Vroom Vroom. And mm, my next song is ready. Like I'm so excited for that next chapter. But I'm just really enjoying this whole Vroom
Vroom
Vroom,
Vroom journey at the moment.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Wonderful.
is like, and I'm just gonna continue with this for a little bit longer. This was not planned. Really didn't know that it will have this much impact. I am literally getting messages from people all over the world every single day. I'm not joking. Like I
Sweet.
get messages from people from Mexico, UK, Brazil, Egypt, Romania, Russia, Australia, like
Wow.
Syria and Lebanon, South Africa. Literally, people from all over the world are sending me messages saying how much they like the song, how much they like what I'm doing, how much they believe in me, and it just feels so. It's just so beautiful.
You're living your essence, mate. You're
Yeah,
doing what
I
you're meant to be
really
doing,
am.
so it's wonderful. It's beautiful.
I
Well done,
I
man.
just feel so grateful. Um, I feel like I feel like I finally got to like align with like this path. I feel like I
Wow.
was, like orbitating, and now I'm finally there. Yeah.
Love it. What an amazing way to be. What an amazing way to be. So this is what's happening now. So you're very excited about what's going on in the now.
Yeah.
What are the plans for the future? I mean, obviously you were going to keep this boat flowing, right?
Yeah.
So how are you doing that? What are the
So
plans, dreams?
so we're working on my album, um, and I'm just so happy for everything that we're doing. Me and my producer have been working on this album for actually the entire year already. We started working
Wow.
on it back in December, um, and it was really easy to pick the songs for the album because I've written a lot,
And so
and
yeah,
so yeah. So then we were like, okay, what are we feeling? It was a whole process. Everything has been such a beautiful journey of discovery, in so many ways, and I'm learning so much and I'm growing so much, and every day like I have something else happening around my whole music journey, and I just feel like everything is working so beautifully.
lovely.
And I learn so much every day about all the things that I'm doing, and with everyone that comes along, I just really feel this so deeply, that as I said, like, this party is for everyone, really. And there's so many people that like come and they really like what I'm doing and they believe in what I'm doing, and like, um the girls that we created the music video for Vroom with, they really believed in the vision as well. And of course, a lot of people are coming in now because of the music video. But when you just have a song, and I just had one song, and I was like, yeah, so I see all of this, and you know, the song wasn't even out, but the directors, they were like, before we even shot the music video, they were like, I'm listening to your song every single day.
So,
I'm like, I love this. Like, yeah. And yeah, so we're working on my album right now. It's so beautiful. It's so honest. It really tells a whole story of my life, really, about like everything that we've been talking about.
yeah.
Um, if I'm stripping all of it down on my album, like all of it,
Wow, amazing.
and it's so like everything that I'm talking about, it's really what I am, embodying. Like, I'm not making things up. I'm not like, this is really the life that I'm currently at. And I just feel so extremely grateful that I'm able to pursue that journey for my own, well-being and
Yeah.
experience of it all.
And being your authentic self. It's really important.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
going back
And
to,
so many people, oh, sorry.
oh, carry on. So many people.
Just so many people tell me how much I inspire them to do this exact thing that you're mentioning, like to allow themselves to go for things.
To be
And
themselves. Yeah,
if
absolutely.
yeah, and it feels beautiful to have real, honest conversations with people that um I just feel like it's all about like finding your true love. That we don't have to go far, or even we don't have to get up to go and find it. It is within us. We just
Absolutely.
have to like remove everything
All the
that's
shit
been
that's getting
blocking
in the
us.
way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's amazing, man. What would your dream outcome be?
Like,
Apart from
what way?
duetting with Brittany at the Oscars. But what would be that can be your dream? What would be your dream outcome?
Um, best-selling record
Perfect. That's a good way. That's a good
worldwide.
start.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Bring it from your mouths to the Lord's ears. This is what I hope. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Where are you on social media, man?
My socials are diegryn everywhere. DIEGRYN. You can find me under that name on all my platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I just got my Vivo channel. You can watch my music video. And I'm on Instagram. I'm on X.com, Facebook, Threads from Instagram as well. And then my music is on all platforms as well. SoundCloud, uh, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Boomplay, all of them.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
People at home, you obviously love him, because what is there not to love? So before you finish your cup of tea and your packet of crisps, I want you to go and follow this man on every single one of his social media platforms. While you're at it, you could be listening to his music on all download and streaming platforms as well, and then download it so you can send it to somebody else to have a listen to. That is just absolutely perfect. Gryn, I thank you so much for taking time out in sweaty España
Thank you.
to come and be on the Jaden show. It is amazing to catch up with you, and thank you. We had a really good chat beforehand as well. I'm hoping that maybe 2027 there might be, even if it's just for YouTube, a Jaden and Die collaboration.
I love that.
Why not? Everything's possible, right?
We might meet around the world also.
Why would it? Yeah, why would it
You
not
never
be
know.
possible? So yeah, so we'll do a
Everything-
collaboration next year. It would be nice. We'll do a little sing-song.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Mate, thank you
love
so much. It's been a pleasure to have you on my show. I wish
Thank
you all
you.
the love and success on the planet.
Thank you.
So for your future journey, keep in touch. And when your album's released and that, we'll just get back and have another chat.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much.
It's an absolute
Thank
pleasure,
you.
my friend. Have a really blessed new week, and I will speak to you again very soon. How bloody lovely is that young man? Best of luck in everything he does. Super great to catch up with him. Super great to introduce him to you. I really do hope that you will go and show love and support and follow him on all of his social media platforms and go and check out his music. He's everywhere, including SoundCloud. So go and show that brother some love and support, and go and check out and get excited for him about his new album coming out this year. In the meantime, I am going to be leaving you with the song that we have mentioned several times during this interview. It's called Vroom Vroom. This is diegryn. This is Vroom Vroom. Enjoy, subscribe, share, like, comment, tell everyone in the world about this show and diegryn. And I will see you next week with another wonderful human being on The Jaden Show. Take care. Bye-bye.
You go so fast and furious, so much of you. You got vroom vroom. You got vroom vroom. I start to notice, and I get worried. Is this a play, or just a play? Don't wanna be as dumb as them. I want my rights, I'll fight for that. You got your life to stay behind. If you turn the line, get there. Oh, look at you go so fast and furious, so much of you. You go vroom vroom, you go vroom vroom. Nothing to prove, you know the groove. So much of you. You go vroom vroom, you go vroom vroom. You're such a pro, you'll never know. But if you say I can't explain, that was a joke, I'm not like those. Who gives a damn? We're all the same. No, no means no, get out the door. You're insecure. Just don't be rude. Look at you go so fast and furious, so much of you. You go vroom vroom, you go vroom vroom. Nothing to prove, you know the groove. So much of you. You go vroom vroom, you got vroom vroom. fuck up. Mind your own life, don't be a jerk. Get out of my way. What the fuck is wrong with that? Look out, you go so fast and furious, so much of you. You go from